إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. I welcome all of you. Continue reading from the explanation of Aqeedat al-Salaf, Ashab al-Hadith, the creed of the Salaf, Ashab al-Hadith, al-Imam al-Sabuni rahimahullah ta'ala, the explanation of our beloved Shaykh al-Walid al-Allama Rabi' ibn Hadi al-Madkhali حفظه الله تعالى ومتعه بالصحة والعافية وغفر له ولوالديه وللمسلمين والمسلمات آمين. We're still in the chapter in which the Shaykh is still explaining the waswasa of Shayateen, the whispering of the devils amongst the human being and the devils as well. قال الإمام الصابوني رحمه الله في كتابه عقيدة السلف أصحاب الحديث: ويوسوسون للآدميين ويقصدون استزلالهم. He mentioned that the Shayateen, they whisper. They whisper to the human being. To lead them to kufr wal-iyadu billah. And to, as the Shaykh says, wal-kufr wal-ma'asi wal-shirk. So the Shayateen, they whisper so that to lead the people to disbelief, to sins, to disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And some others, they push them to shirk wal-iyadu billah. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Maryam, verse 83, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا الشَّيَاطِينَ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ تَؤُزُّهُمْ أَزَّا. See you not that we have sent the Shayateen, the devils, against the disbelievers to push them to the devil, to do evil. قال الشيخ أي تدفعهم دفعا إلى الوقوع في الشرك والكفر والعياذ بالله ولكن الله يحمي المؤمنين من هذا الاستفزاز. So these are the plots of the Shayateen. They call the people to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to fall into kufr, into disbelief, into shirk. By purifying to them the sins, shirk, and the like. However, the Shaykh says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant protection to the believers. The Shayateen will continue to try, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect the believers. Also, the Shaykh mentioned the ayah 121 in Surah Al-An'am. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى وَإِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ لَيُوحُونَ إِلَىٰ أَوْلِيَائِهِمْ لِيُجَادِلُوكُمْ وَإِنْ أَطَعْتُمُوهُمْ إِنَّكُمْ لَمُشْرِكُونَ. Verily the Shayateen, وإن الشياطين ليوحون إلى أوليائهم ليجادلوكم. The shayateen, they whisper to their awliya. They inspire their friends from mankind to dispute with you. See, the shayateen from the devils, they inspire their friends from the human being to dispute with you. And if you obey them by making al-mayta haram, halal, by eating it and the like, then you would indeed be mushrikun wal-iyadu billah. قال هؤلاء الشياطين يوحون إلى أوليائهم بتحليل ما حرم الله وبتحريم ما أحل الله وبالشرك وبقتل الأولاد وبالشركيات الجاهلية وغيرها. So they inspire each others. The shayateen from the devils, they inspire the shayateen from the human being by whispering to the people so that they can make lawful that which Allah has made unlawful, and by making unlawful that which Allah has made lawful. So they inspire each others. Likewise with shirk, people fall into shirk. They even whisper to them to kill their own children. It is only some of the examples of so many evil before Islam that the people they used to perpetrate, that the people used to do before Islam. They used to kill their children, especially the girls. They used to transgress against each others. They commit a lot of sins. And of course they were upon shirk. فيوحون إلى أوليائهم يلقنونهم هذه الشبهات الخبيثة فيذهبون ويجادلون. Now, so the devils, the shayateen, they inspire from the devils, they inspire those of the human being. They teach them first the evil shubuhat, the filthy doubts, and then they go and want to argue with somebody in Aqeedat. You see? You find them, he's going to come and argue in the creed. يجادلون في التشريعات في الحلال في الحرام في القدر في الكفر والضلال وفي أشياء كثيرة. So you find these allies and the friends of the devils, they want to argue as related to what Allah has legislated. You'll find them, and this is in Muslim countries, you will find them talking, for example, about the hijab. Now the woman, she's free, why she should wear the hijab, you see? Why men and women, they don't shake hand and it's okay? Why in some countries women, they don't study with men in the same classroom? Why Muslim women do not participate in the Olympics wearing bikinis billah, and swimming and the like? They do that. Many things. Woman and man, they equal in everything, in inheritance and everything. The same way the man has the right to divorce the woman, she has the right to divorce him. So if she don't like him, she open the door at 3 o'clock in the morning, says, "Get out of here." They do stuff like this. These are from the devils. They whisper to them, halal wal haram. They like, no, cigarettes are not haram. Music is okay, actually, is a cure. Alcohol is a cure. Wine, red wine is good, they say. See, this from where? Things that Allah has made haram, they made it halal. Okay? Hijab is halal? No, it's haram to them. The beard is, no beard. Ikhtilat, mixing between men and women, to them now it's Rejection. It's like people are, what do you call it? Huh? No, they retarded. They say these people are retarded, man. Like you cannot bring the women in another room and people, men in the front, the women always in the back. That's retardation. That's what they say. That's retardation. That's why those who support this filthy madhab, they were pushing for that woman. What's her name? Amina Wadud, who she put herself as the imam and she gave a khutbah once. You remember that? You remember her? This lady, she's Amina Wadud. She put herself as the imam of a masjid. She gave a khutbah in New York or somewhere, I don't know. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, in the US, United States of whatever, yes. في الحلال والحرام في القدر. لا إله إلا وفي القدر, also in the qadar. They want to argue about the qadar of Allah, this, not this, that. في الكفر والضلال. They beautify the kufr. I know. Person is upon kufr, batil, they think they are upon. Look at the many Sufis now. They upon shirk, wal-iyadu billah. But they think, no, they're the one that are upon what is right. وفي أشياء كثيرة, the Shaykh says many things. وهذه الشبهة التي ترد على العقائد والمناهج وعلى العبادات والأحكام من إملاء الشياطين ومن وحيهم. He said all these doubts, that whether related to the creed or the manhaj or the ibadat, the acts of worship, the way how they perform salat or tahara or dua or they recite ahkam, rules and regulations, they're from the dictation of the shayateen and their inspirations. Find the mubtadi'ah calling the people to dalal, to batil, ikhwan muslimun, as the ulama they call them ikhwan mublisun. Sheikh Muqbil used to call them ikhwan mublisun, the ikhwan, the order of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. Sheikh Muqbil, he used to call them the brothers of Iblis. Because of their da'wah, they calling the people away from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, from what the Sahaba they were upon. You find Jama'at al-Tabligh. Don't let them fool you with their smile and want to share with you his, I don't know what, his kufi. I don't know how they share that. He'll give it to you, I guess. Okay? Because they have a turban. And he will give you half of his miswak. Usually have a longer one. And they give you his whatever. And smile to call it the bid'ah. But once, as the ulama they mentioned, call them to tawheed. And tell them that what they are upon is batil. You will see the canines now. They will frown in your face. There will be no smiles anymore. They smile only in the face of those who follow what they want. But once you tell them, listen, by the way, what you're doing is wrong. Because you guys oppose ayats and oppose ahadith and oppose that which the Sahaba they were upon. Now you won't see no smiles. قال الشيخ ربيع حفظه الله فالله سبحانه وتعالى يوحي إلى الأنبياء ما يهدي البشر إلى كل خير ويصرفهم عن كل شر. Says, look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to the prophets, meaning those prophets that came before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah revealed to them that which is guidance for mankind and that which bring them all good and keep them away from all evil. See, that's the wahy of Allah. The revelation of Allah that He reveals to His prophets, okay, that which brings good to the people. What Allah legislates, that's what's good, and keep them away from all evil. والأنبياء حريصون على هداية الخلق ويبلغون هذا الوحي. The prophets, they diligent to disseminate the wahi. And they want the people to be rightly guided. They want this good to reach the people, which is the wahi, the revelation. That's why you see the prophets, they went through a lot of hardship for that. They didn't do it for money or for or for kingdoms, or rather they were bribed, and not bribed, but actually I should say they were offered, like the Prophet ﷺ offered to be the king, to be the rich person. They're not doing it for that. They're not doing it to be king or to be rich. They're doing it for the good of the people, because that's what's good for the people, that which Allah has legislated for them. قال فيأتي الشياطين يجادلون. Now here's the shayateen. They came and they will argue. يجادلون الأنبياء ويجادلون أتباع الأنبياء. First they argue with the prophets themselves. Shayateen, from the human being and from the devils who inspire the shayateen, their friends from the human being. That's why they will come to them, so what you bring in is, what is this? This is sorcery, this is that, this is, we never heard of this before. You want to take us away from what our parents were upon, and this. Bring a lot of shubuhat and doubts. وَيُجَادِلُونَ أَتْبَعَ الْأَنْبِيَاء. Likewise, they argue against the followers of the prophets. يجادلونهم في أمور العقائد وأمور التشريع وغيرها. كل ذلك من وحي الشياطين والعياذ بالله. So when you find people that argue with the people who are firm upon the truth, upon the sound creed, he said this is from the shayateen, from the inspirations of the shayateen والعياذ بالله. من وحي شياطين الإنس أيضا بعضهم قد يصل في الفجور إلى أكثر مما يصل إليه الشياطين. He said, keep in mind when we talk about the shayateen, not always the devils, but also the shayateen amongst the human being. Because there are shayateen amongst the human being, وَالْعِيَاذِ بِاللَّهِ. It says so much so that some of these shayateen amongst the human being, they reach a level in wickedness and filth and disbelief that surpassed some of the shayateen, والعياذ بالله. كما قال أحد الملاحدة, as one of the atheists said, وقد كنت امرؤا من جند إبليس فارتقى بالأمر حتى صار إبليس من جندي. One of them says he used to be a man from the soldiers of Iblis, but he kept climbing in the ranks. He's climbing in the ranks, getting better and better in what he's doing, until such Iblis became one of his soldiers. That's what this man said. He said he used to be a soldier in the army of Shaitan, but he was good at this evil, that so much so that the Shaitan was a soldier in his army. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. قال الشيخ ربيع حفظه الله ففي البشر شياطين وفي الجن شياطين المردة. نعم, he says amongst the human being there is shayateen that calls to evil, they call to kufr. They go to the layman's masakin, a person he just want to make it to the Jannah. They tell him, come here, you want Jannah? Through me. That's it. This order here is the only way. And they take them away, they steal them away from the Sunnah. And by the way, as Ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullah said, these are the real highway robbers. He said these are worst. You know the highway robbers, the Qatta' al-Turuq, what they do usually? They take care of what? They take care of the caravan. They rob the caravans. They take the caravan. So they frighten the people and take their properties, right? And sometimes may even result into killing them or something. But if they die upon Tawheed, alhamdulillah, that's good for them. If those people die upon Tawheed, upon Sunnah, even though they lost their lives or their loved ones or their wealth, Allah will give them better. On account, inshallah, they died upon Tawheed and upon Sunnah. But these Mubtadi'ah and soldiers and the army and these shayateen, they take the people away from Sunnah, from the path of Allah. Instead of teaching them the Sunnah, they teach them kufr and disbelief and bid'ah وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, and causing the people to be upon falsehood, upon the path that leads to the hellfire, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. وشغل هؤلاء الشياطين محاربة ما جاء به الرسل عليهم الصلاة والسلام من الدين الحق والعقائد الصحيحة. He says the main goal of this shayateen, whether from the human being or from the jinn, their main goal is to fight anyone who is upon that which the messengers they were upon. Anyone who is upon the religion of the prophets in every prophet's era, because now everybody should be on what the Prophet ﷺ was upon. No one can say he is upon what Musa was upon. We won't be accepted from him. Even if a person is upon what Ibrahim was upon, let's say somebody Na'am is upon, but he can't. You gotta follow the religion of Muhammad now, ﷺ, because that's what Allah accepts in the Dina indallahi al-Islam. But here the Shaykh is talking about, because these shayateen and these devils, they are not just in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. They were in the time of every prophet, every messenger. That's why the Prophet ﷺ is talking in a plural, okay? So you understand. He says, so they fight against anyone who hold on firm to the truth, to the religion of the truth, to the correct and sound creed that the prophets they brought from Allah and called the people to. Min al-imani billah. Shaykh, he mentioned this Aqeedat, the creed, which is to believe in Allah, wal-iman bil-yawm al-akhir, to believe in Allah's day, wal-jannah wal-nar wal-malaika wa ghayriha, to believe in the existence of Jannah and the hellfire. They do exist. And to believe in the angels and other than that. وَالْإِسْتِسْلَامِ لِلَّهِ وَالْإِنْقِيَادِ لَهُ بِالطَّاعَةِ وَإِقَامَةِ الصَّلَاةِ وَإِيتَاءِ الزَّكَاةِ وَغَيْرِ ذَلِكَ. Anyone who believes, have this sound belief in Allah, His angels, His prophets, the last day, believe in the Jannah, in the hellfire, in the angels and the like. Anyone who submits himself willingly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through obedience, while establishing the prayers and giving the zakat and the like from the affairs of the deen, you find the shayateen lahu bil mirsad. There's the shayateen from both the devils who will whisper and they inspire their accomplice, from the human being to come and argue with you, to come and argue with that person who is upon the path, upon the right path. قال وأيضا الشيطان يجادلك يأتي لك بشبهات وضلالات. نعم, one of the signs of a shaitan is he constantly argue, because the person who wants the haqq, he doesn't argue. He will listen. He say, Ya akhi, listen, what is it? What do you say? What the Shaykh bin Baz says? You're saying bin Baz. I heard this name. Yes, he's one of the mashayikh. But what did he saying? Oh, he's saying the Aqeedat Sahiha. MashaAllah. He's bringing ayat. SubhanAllah. Ahadith. And he's saying that's what the Prophet ﷺ was upon, his companions. That's it. That's what I want to hear. See, that's a person. He may grow up his entire life upon Sophia, upon shirk. The Sufis told him, listen, this. But then when somebody came to him and said, Akhi, Allah says in the Quran, Ud'uni, and do not call upon dead. That's what Allah says in the Quran. Now you're calling upon a dead. He said, where in the Quran? Show me. Here. He said, Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. Jazakallahu khairan. I didn't know. Nobody ever point out this ayah to me. SubhanAllah, we'll read it, we hear it in Taraweeh. SubhanAllah, we never pay attention to it. Jazakallahu khairan. But there are other people who don't. They don't want the haqq. They want to argue with you and bring you shubuhat, doubts, dalalat, misguidance. SubhanAllah. أي نعم. قال والذي يقرأ للباطنية والروافد والمعتزلة وغيرهم من أهل البدع يجد عندهم شبهات والعياذ بالله. He says the one who reads the history of the Batiniyah and the Rawafid, Shia Rawafid, and Mu'tazila and other than them from Ahlul Bid'ah, from the people of innovations, you will find that they bring a lot of shubuhat, a lot of doubts. They cast it in the hearts of the people. Billah. Al-Rawafid, you know Rawafida, the Shia commonly in our times, the Shia, the Rawafid, who they hate Ahlul Sunnah because they, from their Aqeedah is that they consider all of the companions kuffar except for a few. So that's it. That's alone tell you who they are. How are you gonna be on the Aqeedah of some people who they said to you Abu Bakr is a kafir? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Not only they said that, they curse him in Jumu'ah. A'udhu billah. So how a person still think now they okay? And they say that Umar is a kafir, Uthman is a kafir, Talha, Zubayr, all of them. Those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with them, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said them with their names that they are in Jannah. But for the Rafida, they're like, no, they kuffar. Rather they say that Abu Bakr and Umar, they are the two sanam of Quraysh, two statues and idols. Aina. Rawafid. Mu'tazila, you know the Mu'tazila have a lot of problems in Aqeedah. Okay? They deny a lot of things and they distort the attributes of Allah, their meanings and the like. And also the Batiniyah. You know something about Batiniyah? Al-Batiniyah is a filthy group. They are Salaf al-Majus. Some of the ulama, they says they appeared at the end of the first century of the Islam, towards 97 or 95 of the Hijrah. Other ulama in their biography, they says they appeared towards the year 205 of the Hijrah. Other they says 250, whatever. But this is a filthy group who their main intent is to destroy Islam from within. They are not upon Islam at all. They have a lot of evil that they spread amongst the people to cause the people away from Islam. They have different names, or they are other names who sects who they are on the same belief, like al-Qaramita, al-Ismailiyah. These are Batiniyah, Khubatha, filthy. Aynam, Nasallallahu Salam al-Afiyah. They have caused a lot of harm to the Muslims. They kill Muslims, especially Ahl Sunnah. As the same thing, the Shia al-Rawafid, they call the Ahl Sunnah Nawasib. And killing Ahl Sunnah is better than them that kill anybody else. Nasallallahu Salam al-Afiyah. Alayin, this Batiniyah is a very wicked kafir group. So Allah Salam al-Afiyah. وقد يضلون كثيرا من الناس إلا من عصمه الله تبارك وتعالى. He says they may cause many people to be astray, except from those that Allah has protected, and we ask Allah to protect us from their evil, because they exist. They sponsored, they got money, they got power. The Rawafid, the Shia, you see what they're trying to do these days. Years ago they were in Iran. Okay, now where they are? They're trying to be all over. They're trying to establish something and they've been in Lebanon, now they are in Iraq. Because the government, they Shia in Iraq, Rawafid. Hizbullah, Hizb-ul-Shaytan, who they call themselves Hizbullah, but they are Hizb-ul-Shaytan, they are Rawafid, sponsored by Iran. Likewise in Iraq, now in Syria, they're supporting Bashar al-Assad. They're in Yemen, the Houthis, who are killing Ahlul Muslims. They're in Bahrain. They tried, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defeated them. They tried to start something in Egypt. In the time when the Ikhwan al-Mublisun, they were in the power, and they opened the door. They began to open the door for them to establish the Rafid. That's Allah salam al-afiyah. Naam. Ismail. What's Hizb mean? Hizbu. Hizbu or Hizb? Hizb. It's the same thing. Hizb is Hizbu. Did I answer your question? Alright. Good for me. That's it? Did I answer your question or not? What it means. Hizb. It means Hizbu. Man. A Hizb, it means a party. Okay? A group of people came together. A party. Alright? But this, a group. Not the party with the cookout and stuff and the Kool-Aid and no, not that one. He's laughing. A group. A group of people. A party is jama'ah, is a group. That's Hizb. And we have Hizbullah, the real people, those who are upon Tawheed, believe in Allah, believe in the Messenger of Allah, they do good. Allah called them, He named them Hizbullah. But see the Shia, Rawafid, they take that name, like big name, Hizbullah. But they are not Hizbullah. How can they be Hizbullah? They are not practicing the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Can't be. They are upon shirk. In their Aqeedat, they have shirk. They have a lot of similarities between them and the Jews, the Rawafid, the Shia. And they cannot be Hizbullah, you see? I know. So the Hizb in general is a party, is a group of people, jama'ah, for whatever they want to do. Okay? You read that. أحسنت, نعم. Yeah, it's in the Quran. You're right. Hizbullah هم الغالبون. I know, the party of Allah, those who are upon what Allah loves and what He legislated, they're the ones that are going to be victorious, okay? Nah. فهم يجادلون جدالا شديدا وعندهم شبهات تأثر قلوب كثير من الجهال الضالين. نعم, they are very vicious. If somebody wonder, subhanallah, the haqq is the haqq, but why these people, if they are upon batil, why so many people are supporting them? And because of their shubha, the doubts, they eloquent, they know how to present their case. Like for example, it's like, okay, well, we give just an example. Here in America, for example, you see people, you tell them, Ya akhi, stay away from al-Maghribee Institute. They are not upon the manhaj us-Salaf. You see? But then as the Hizb and as the Jama'ah themselves, they have so many people who they're so eloquent, they choose them carefully. You can't just be with them, you know. Be eloquent, and you have to present some powerful statements and shubuhat and doubts, and they're like, ain't nothing wrong with them. I know. So the people, that's why the Shaykh says, they have doubts that they are casted in the hearts of many of the ignorant people. People who don't know principles in the religion, they're not studying the Tawheed, the Aqeedah, that shubuhat come on to their hearts. As one of the poets, he says, أتاني هواها قبل أن أعرف الهوى فصادف قلبا خاليا فتمكنا. The ulama, they mentioned this line of poetry about the shubuhat. When a person's heart is empty, there's nothing in it, then anybody can put anything in it. If a person's heart, no sunnah, no principles of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, no, Aqeedah Sahiha, he's going to go listen to one YouTube clip. That's why one clip will do it. Because this person don't know anything about the haqq, nothing. Muslim, and that's it. Then here is some eloquent speaker, that's it. He goes straight to his heart. Why? Because he has no immunization. The disease come, he's weak, can't fight back. No aqeedah, no tawheed, no sunnah, no principles, nothing, can't fight. That's why they use this poetry. He says, this man who's fell in love with this woman, he says, because his heart was empty. He didn't have no love in his heart for nothing. So that love of that woman came, find the empty heart. You see? Likewise, those people who are not studying the deen from its principles, from its sources, proper sources, they're not studying the Aqeedat of al-Sunnah, they will argue with you all day. Why Jama'at Tabligh ain't no good? Come on, man, they're everywhere. They leave their homes and their family, they sacrifice. Who told them to leave their family? Is that from the deen of Allah to neglect your family, go to some another country to call to Allah? Is that from the deen of Allah? That's not from the deen of Allah. No. But this is how they argue. It's like, oh, this, or they doing a lot of good. What good is it? Or they go to the bar and bring somebody to the masjid. In the bar? Told them to go to the bar. They don't drink. This is not how things is done. Person should learn the principles of al-Sunnah al-Jama'ah. Ikhwan al-Muslimin. They say now they do a lot of good things. Look, they refute the hukam. They're the only one that's standing in the face of those tyrant rulers. Well, who says that it's from the deen of Allah that a person give a khutbah on Jumu'ah and refute and speak ill about the ruler? Who is this from the deen? No. Because this is shubha now. They say, no, this is the tough man. He's not afraid. He can die. He's not afraid of jail. He's not afraid of anything. Yeah, he's saying the haqq on the minbar. This ruler is a kafir, this ruler is bad, you all of you. And then now you start talking to the people, maybe the second or third khutbah, all of you should do something about it. Do what? Do what? Go against the principles of Sunnah. But if the people they know the basics, they were like, hey, taqillah, what are you talking about? It's not from the Sunnah. It's not from the Aqeedah of al-Sunnah al-Jama'ah. This is not what Allah legislate for us. This is not what the Prophet ﷺ taught the companions. No, if the ruler has problems, and we're not saying he has no problems, everybody has problems, but the proper way is to advise him. That's what the Sunnah tells us. That's what the Prophet ﷺ, who Allah sent him with good, not you. Allah sent the Prophet ﷺ and he commanded us all. So what the Prophet ﷺ says? Did he say, okay, after a couple 100 years, there will be some tyrants? Not you, the companions. You, the companions, just go ahead and give advice, okay? But after a couple 100 years, there are going to be some other people, they bad tyrants. Those people, they can go against them with a sword. They can say whatever they want to say on the minbar. We have no hadith like that. Nothing. That which the Prophet ﷺ advised the companions is advised to everyone who will come after them. Rather than the Prophet ﷺ, he said, you will see. Prophet ﷺ, he said to the companions, some of you shall see oppression. You will see certain things from the behavior of certain rulers that you will certainly know that is not from the Sunnah. But what the Prophet ﷺ says, did he say go against them? You the companions, people will listen to you, go ahead against them? No, he said be patient. Give them their rights and ask Allah yours. Even if he beat you back and take your money. But do not go against him because he brings chaos, it brings disorder, turmoil, and many things. So now you find the people calling to this dalalat and wal-iyadu billah, bringing shubuhat. Why you find people now, some of the youth, the Muslim youth, they go and fight for ISIS. These wicked criminals, who Islam is innocent from their actions, Sunnah is innocent from their actions, Allah is innocent from what they ascribe to Him. What they do has nothing to do with jihad. ISIS or ISIL as they call them, okay? You know why they call them ISIS? The Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. That's what this ISIS stands for. The first I stands for Islamic. The first S stands for state. The second I stands for Iraq, in Iraq and in Syria. And they call them ISIL, the Islamic State in what? In Iraq and no, not Syria, what S? What the L stand for? Not Lebanon, not Libya. Levant. You heard Levant? Levant is a sham. Another word for a sham. Levant. If you heard them sometimes, some ISIL. So now you find youth, boys and girls, Allah al-Musta'an. They live UK, as we heard in the news, they live Sweden, they live Somalia, they live Saudi, they live Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, whoever, America, who knows, Pakistan, to join these criminals because of this shubuhat, doubt. Now we're doing it for Islam. They're not doing it for Islam. They're not doing it for Islam because what they do is not Islam. Islam is free from their actions. So that's why it's important for us, ikhwan, to learn the deen of Allah and to be serious in learning the deen of Allah. Not only to learn, but also try to disseminate the knowledge. If you know, talk about it. If you don't know yet, well, give a book, give a CD, a reference, refer the people to this talk of this sheikh or this sheikh. Inshallah ta'ala, this way, inshallah, will be able so that we can stand against these criminals and these shayateen. Nas'Allah as-salam wal-afiyah. So our noble Shaykh, Hafidhahullah ta'ala, Shaykh Rabi', and what we know about the Shaykh Rabi', Hafidhahullah ta'ala, he's Allahu Akbar, muharib. He spent his life fighting Ahl al-Bid'ah or Ahl al-Shirk. Shaykh Rabi' Hafidhahullah ta'ala, he spent his life fighting the innovators, exposing them. All of this so that the Muslims be aware of these people. Shaykh has so many books against Ikhwan al-Muslimin, against the Sufis, against the Mushrikeen, the Kuffar, Malahida, the atheists, and the like, anyone, Ahl al-Bid'ah, with their different types. Find Shaykh Rabi' and those who they close to Shaykh Rabi', they can tell you about him. Man will be up all night refuting Ahl al-Bid'ah wa dalal bil-haq, bil-haq, from their books. He will read their books, he will listen to their statements. Juhd, ya akhi, juhd, efforts. Like just, you think refutation is going to happen over coffee and Dunkin' Donuts. Somebody just want like refutation, quick refutation. But these are the ulama. He will hear the statements of Ahlul Bid'ah wa Dalal and refute them from their books. Like for example, when he refuted Sayyid Qutb, from his books, he will tell you, قال Sayyid Qutb في الكتاب الفلاني, in the books, and he give you the name. He give you the tab'a. What is it called, the tab'a? The edition? The edition, because they have so many editions. That's in case somebody has the 14th edition, but the Shaykh is talking about the 27th edition. Look, 27th edition in batil and falsehood. Ahlul Bid'ah, they're working. Not just one edition. Edition number 20, 30, 40, spreading. The book finished, book should not be finished. They print money, print the books of Sayyid Qutb, give them everywhere, translate them into all languages. Come on, try. Find Shaykh Rabi' amongst others from his brothers from Ahlus Sunnah al-Jama'ah, lahum bil mirsad. He will mention to you the book, the edition, who printed the book, where was printed, in what country, in what matba'ah, the name of the matba'ah, what do you call it? The printing, publishing house or whatever, and will give you the page. And with that, he bring you the quote, what that Sayyid Qutb says. and this is what he says, and this is what he was wrong, and this is what is right. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Jazahullahu khairan. So all of this so that the people can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon clarity. Naam. Because a lot of people out there, they don't know principles. So the ulama, Jazahumullahu khairan, they have juhud azim. Allah ya akhwan, we have to make dua for them. We should always make dua for the ulama of Ahlul Sunnah. The ulama of Ahlul Sunnah, we make dua for them. We make dua for this man, Shaykh Rabi', your salat. Because these are the people who they want good for the Muslims. Because they see what we cannot see. Many Muslims, an eloquent person come, Allahu Akbar, as a brother, as a good brother. But then when the Shaykh Rabi' or Shaykh Muhammad bin Hadi or Shaykh Ubaid or the Mashayikh of Ahlul Sunnah, they listen to what that person says, they're like, what are you talking about? This is all evil. Beware of that person. But many people, they're like, man, he's the man, we wish if he's in our masjid with the imam. Allahu Akbar, and I'm on next time, whenever he is, any lecture he's giving, I'm in. But then the Shaykh is like, la, this man, he's calling to bid'ah, to dalal. And they bring you the details. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them for that. The Shaykh, he says, be aware of the plots of the Shayateen. Those who try to keep you away from the Aqeedat Sahiha. They want to keep you away from the truth, from the religion of the Haqq. They want to keep you away from Sunnah. You got to be careful. He says, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant protection to His servants from the Maka'id and from the Masa'id, from the traps of the Shayateen, of the jinn and the human beings. Jazahumullahu khairan, may Allah reward the Mashayikh of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah for their efforts and for what they do to bring these refutations of Ahlul Bid'ah wa Ahlul Dalal. May Allah reward them for that. وجزاهم الله خيرا وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما